Just because, oh, you are a dancer, you have to make your own videos, but maybe you don't enjoy making videos. Maybe dance mein something else is what you like. So figure out what you like and not really going behind what's supposed to be done or what people are doing. That will eventually become your craft. I started battling because of Raj. He was so keen on battling and I was like, मुझे battle नहीं करना. I think it's too negative and I think I'll just make pieces and choreograph. And I was being total about it. So, and he was like, चल ना एक battle तो हम ऐसा ना गए. And yeah, I mean, कुछ तो नाच के आए. And I was like, oh, battles feel so different there. I feel very real in a circle.
2 words for you. Michael Jackson.
I have 45 Facebook profile pictures.
Yes, I know.
They're all Michael Jackson.
They're all Michael Jackson. Alright, so welcome. We have Srilaxmi with us. Welcome. First of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, before going into any topic, before discussing anything, I want to know, kaisa tha? How was the trip and how was, like, I want to know the experience.
Okay, so we went to Bali and we actually went to a couple of places in Indonesia. And firstly, it is so beautiful. The weather is so good and it's just greenery and rice paddy fields. And it was so much fun to dance with coconut trees. Like, I think that vibe was totally different. And to actually see the hip hop scene there come together and do their thing was a completely different experience. It's very different from here.
Okay.
And it's like life there is hip hop. You see it as a lifestyle. And yeah, so that felt really nice. And it's not like, oh, okay, मैं dance कर रहा हूँ, okay, now I'm hip hop. But your life is different. There, it's just all combines into one. And how people talk about it being a culture, the way they dress, the way they talk, they really embody the whole feeling and brotherhood and togetherness. And I think that's been the most inspirational thing from the trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one thing that like differentiates the Indian hip hop scene from the Indonesian hip hop scene, what would it be? Like
weather.
Of course.
I mean, like, हाँ अभी तो बारिश आ जाएगी तो फिर हम यहाँ पे कुछ कर ही नहीं पाएंगे. Like, I think it's the weather. And to be honest, like dancing wise, the Indian hip hop scene is very fresh. I feel like there's a lot of flavors that we can order that we can offer.
She is probably hungry. Are you hungry? Should we order something?
No. We can offer a lot of flavors, you know, like India is such a big country and North is different, East is different, West is different, South is different. So, I mean, yeah, so that's one thing that I noticed. Like when people were asking us, how is India? We were like, I don't think we can describe that in one word. It's a big responsibility because we're representing the country and we cannot describe India in like one country or the dancing scene. So yeah, the dancing scene I feel like is really up there. We just need to make that effort to start traveling. Right. Because when we went there, they found us so fresh and they were like, you guys chill too much. So we're like, हाँ हमें वहाँ chill करने नहीं मिलता था, हम यहाँ chill कर रहे हैं. And I think in their life, उनका life ही इतना chill है, वो battle में क्या chill करेंगे? Battle में battle करते हैं types. So yeah, there were like very different perspectives. But yeah, I think lifestyle is different. As of now, we are adapting. We are, the whole hip hop culture, the music and everything is very new. It's like 20 years old in India. The music scene is probably like 30 or 25 years old. Hip hop music scene. So we are slowly getting there and we're getting to know the culture. But I feel like the Indian scene is embodying it in a very beautiful way. So, yeah.
Great. You're an engineer.
Yes.
I did not know that until last night.
Really?
Yeah, I did not know that because I started researching, okay, what to ask her and what all to do. So what sort of an engineer are you?
I'm an instrumentation and control engineer. Full 7.8 GPA from Nirma University.
So if you want to hire her, this is her.
Can.
Crazy. So Paranoid happened in college.
Right? Yeah, it happened in college.
Crazy. Nice, huh? Then, okay, 2 words for you. Michael Jackson.
45 Facebook profiles. I have 45 Facebook profile pictures.
Yes, I saw.
They're all Michael Jackson.
They're all Michael Jackson. Her first upload on Facebook is Michael Jackson. Her first upload on Instagram is Michael Jackson. She's wearing a Michael Jackson t-shirt. That bad wala poster.
Yeah.
Like what made you so obsessed with him?
I think the music for sure, and obviously he's a performer. I don't think there's anybody like him, or I don't think there'll be anybody like him. In that age, in that era where there was like internet was just booming, and to let everyone know of his presence and his power through his music and dance is just insane. I don't know. So, and also his sounds. Like Quincy, अभी later I came to know Quincy Jones is the one who produces his music. तब तो ऐसा लगता है सब वही करता है. वही this team क्या है वही कर रहा है. ऐसा पता नहीं चलता ना.
मानना पड़ता है.
So now as I grow up, I understand I love funk music, and that's why I ended up liking Michael Jackson music a lot, and the soundscape he uses, his vocals, everything made me feel so many things that I've never felt, and that's why I think I really like Michael Jackson and his dance, of course. I used to copy his concert choreos and do it in solo competitions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to see those videos. Do you have them? Because like I went through, I saw a lot of your pictures, like old pictures from your college and all. And one post that I found constant was the toast stand, the Elvis toast and the Michael Jackson toast stand.
This is very embarrassing, but yeah, man.
No, but because and I related to it because even my first profile picture on Facebook was Michael Jackson. Because I too love him. Like the first time when I discovered him, like fuck, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like
Yeah.
at first you don't get like is it his voice like so high pitched and so like it's so crazy like
Yeah.
so you wear a lot of hats throughout the day, right?
Oh,
Like
okay.
not literal
I was
also
like,
literal
what?
hats, also literal hats, but what I meant like you have a lot of like personas, like you have to do a lot of duties you have to fulfill. So how do you go about doing that? Do you make like to-do list and stuff? I know you're fond of paper and pen, so are you like what's it?
Yeah, I mean, I like to write, or I use Google Keep, and I just keep stacking what I need to do throughout the day. Abhi lately ही I would say balance achieve हुआ है. Otherwise, it's just you start doing one thing and then you you just overwhelm yourself with everything that you can do in one day, and you just want to finish as much as you can in a day. Only then it makes you feel better. Wala scene tha, but now I think I've kind of forgone. I've left that behind. Abhi I try ki, like for example, Misbehaving Beautifully का काम होता है, ठीक है? So there are certain amount of hours that I know I need to devote to this. Then I make sure I move throughout the day, and I make sure there's some time where I don't do absolutely anything.
Yeah, that's very necessary.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just trying to have that. Abhi इतना travel वगैरह करने के बाद, even though like my dancing is nice, I think at this point I feel like my body doesn't feel really good and healthy because there's a lot of tiredness, and like I feel like I'm also getting old. तो अभी थोड़ा extra ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा खाने वाने में and all of that. So I'm just thinking how to go about that. So yeah, I mean, chill करना है यार. Stress नहीं लेना जिंदगी में.
So how could somebody like a young person, like, because I guess in today's age everybody has to wear so many hats, like because it's just now, because if and especially if you're an artist of any sort, so you have to be like, if you're a dancer then you're also a videographer, you're also an editor, you're also
Your promoter, yeah.
everything. So what advice would you give someone to manage stuff and keep a balance?
I mean, see what you really like. Like I liked making films and videos. So that's how I got into shooting my own videos for the crew. Actually, it started because सारे videographers यहाँ इतना पैसा मांग रहे थे हमसे.
100%.
I was like, हम ही shoot करके edit करके डालेंगे. So that's how I started making films and everything with shooting my crew. And we would make such all videos. But it was good experience. It was good practice. And then, matlab, that's how it started. Wait, I totally forgot. What were we talking about?
How could someone like manage their time?
See what you like. How could someone manage their time? I mean, I try to do less things, but things that you really like and can what's that word called? Doob jana. Submerge. Wait. Malab, try to do things that you really like and genuinely enjoy and can spend a lot of time focusing on lesser stuff. I think that'll make you feel nice in the end of the day. Just because, oh, you are a dancer, you have to make your own videos, but maybe you don't enjoy making videos.
Yeah.
Maybe dance mein something else is what you like. So figure out what you like
Okay.
and not really going behind what's supposed to be done or what people are doing these days. जो तुम्हें एकदम पसंद है वो initial days में तो like you really have to figure out what really gives you that feeling, what really makes you excited. Do that more. That will eventually become your craft. That will shape your individuality in the end.
Yeah, 100%. And like there is always that conflict. Na, ki, what should I do with dance? Okay, I decided that I want dance to be my career or part of my life. But what in dance can I do? Because there is no curriculum, right? Like dance is not even an optional subject in schools. Okay, and then like only a couple of colleges maybe teach dance as a discipline. So like it's a very unorganized sector, and like people don't know what to do. So like how did you find out what you want to do, and this is what clicked, like this is my zing, or this is the thing that I want to do?
I think in college, I was also मेरे को coding भी करना था, ठीक है, and I think majorly because it was school. I don't think I had any genuine interest in coding, but I was like, oh, I will try coding and dance together, ऐसा. Then I realized it's not happening, and it took me 2 years to realize नहीं हो रहा. Then another 2 years when I was like choreographing for the crew and we were doing all these things, I naturally was just working hours. It didn't even feel like work actually. Everything was so new, making choreos, shooting them, going for competitions. And also flow mein aa raha tha. There was a natural flow to it. And I was like, I think I'm meant to do this. I think I will feel happy if I do this. So that's how I took it up. And there was this realization where I'm like, हाँ ये naturally आ रहा है तो यही करना चाहिए ना. Force नहीं करना पड़ रहा है तो. So yeah, that's how I ended up like, I'm definitely dancing. Then beach mein there was this phase where I stopped practicing and I was like, I think dancing is for my personal joy because I was using my craft to pay my bills and there was some sort of pressure coming. तो मतलब वो relationship बीच में थोड़ा healthy नहीं था dance के साथ. फिर realize हुआ कि नहीं यार, you're the only thing that makes me happy. Not the only thing. Like one of the many things that make me happy. Like, but I know you will not make me sad. Dance. So I was like, isko karte rehte hai without any expectations. I stopped expecting from my dance.
Okay.
And that's really showing because I really missed dancing beach mein because I got into so much work. And beach mein I was like, oh, I think I want to be a filmmaker. Koshish kiya, then I realized, oh, I only like making my videos and not others' videos. So that.
Yeah.
What's up, like, asa. Why? So that's how slowly, abhi I'm realizing what to do with my dance, what not, my practice and everything. But yeah, I think I've come to peace ki I will take it slow, koi load bhi hai.
Nice. Great. So what would you say would be like a turning point in your career? Would it be like joining KHP or?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think two things. I started battling because of Rajkumar.
Yeah.
He's a backer from my crew, Paranoid Dance Crew. Represent.
Shout out.
Yeah. So he was so keen on battling and I was like, मुझे battle नहीं करना. I think it's too negative and I think I'll just make pieces and choreograph. And I was being total about it. So तेरे को censor करना नहीं पड़ेगा.
That's cool. I was anyway not going to censor.
तो then he started battling and he was like, चल ना एक battle. तो मैं ऐसा गए. And Super Hit was judging from Famous Crew. And yeah, I mean, कुछ तो नाच के आए, ठीक है. We all were performers. We knew how to like look good while doing anything on stage, ठीक है. We had that pose and stance and all of that. But I did not know how to freestyle properly. But I came in top 4. Raj was the finalist in that. And I was like, oh, battles feel so different. There's this different, what do you say, energy. And I feel very real in a circle.
Right.
Yeah, because the kind of freestyle I do, I don't have patches. And even if I have patches, I won't be able to execute them properly. I've tried. So my freestyle is like, उस point में मुझे जो आ रहा है मैं वो देखूंगी. And to represent that, your movement at that very moment is very real. And you're facing an opponent and you're like, yo, this is me.
Yeah.
And that whole conversation just struck with me, and I felt so home. Every time I go to a jam, I felt like, oh, the circle is my area, the circle is my area. And that's how, yeah, jams happen. What was your question?
Forget about it. Don't ask me what my question was. Just go on. That is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, so that's how I got into battles.
How did KHP happen?
Oh yeah, KHP, yes. So वो battles चालू किया, then I went to मैं और मुज्जी KHP के camp में गए थे. Camp Kundu होता है, okay. And back then it's one of the costliest camps, okay, like very premium. So we saw that, and we were like, जाना ही है, because last year I saw a story on my friends Tushar, Fresh Prince. He's a crazy DJ from Calcutta. Shout out. Yeah. So he put a story, and Kundu was teaching top rocks, and I was like, how can you look like that? This is so classy. It's like, yaar, ye camp to jana tha. Came again, and then I used my bus fees to go to that camp.
Wow.
Yeah, 9K for 6 months. उसके बाद मैं शटल ऑटो में जाती थी. कहाँ? अपने थलतेज से लेके निर्माता. 2 shuttle autos. You stop in Gotha, then take another one. 10 rupees if there are many people. So 20 rupees में मैं 40 रुपए में खत्म कर रही थी. ऐसा मैं जा रही थी वो बस फीस यूज करने के बाद. तो anyway, I went to that camp and Kundu saw me, and I don't know, something happened, and Kundu was like, we need the girl in the crew, and he was looking for a girl in the crew कब से. And yeah, फिर मैं वापस दिल्ली वाले कैंप में गई, तो मैं और आशु गए थे साथ में. And then they asked me and Invoker if you want to be a part of the crew, and I was shouting in an hallway जहाँ लिखा था यहाँ पे noise नहीं होना चाहिए. And I don't know, like I did not even spend that much time with Charlie Bhai, Invoker, Kundu or Dope V, but the connection was instant.
Oh.
And I was so myself with them, and I don't know, that's such a safe space to be in, and I was like, I need to be a part of this. And yeah, it felt really good. Like starting में तो मैं बहुत flex कर रही थी. KHP पता है, India's first hip hop and house crew. I'm a part of it.
Yeah, truly. And I didn't know that you didn't spend a lot of time, because the chemistry on screen and whatever choreographies you did, even like in some of the battles where you paired up with some of them, it's like crazy. Like there's a connection that we could see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's Kundu's doing. He also has this very weird ways of making things happen. He's a mystery. And the sad part is we still haven't met. I still haven't been able to train with him as much as the other crewmates. Like me and Dopey and Invoker, we haven't been able to.
Okay.
Then uske baad he started like globetrotting, dude.
Okay.
Like it's so difficult to get a hang of him. But Sambo, Charlie Bhai, all these guys have like been able to train with him. So I think right now I'm like, I really need to spend time with that man and the entire crew. And yeah, we're trying to figure that out. सब ऐसे बड़े बड़े आर्टिस्ट है ना, तो मिलना मुश्किल हो जाता है उस क्रू में. They were just too hi-fi.
And actually, like everybody.
This is a rant, if you're watching.
I mean, everybody, like Invoker, Charlie, Sambo, yourself, Dofi, like each one of you guys are like one of the topmost, like, praised dancers of the country and looked after, like even I started the reason I got interested in hip hop was Kundu Sir and Charlie, of course. Okay, and then I remember the Windows 8 commercial. क्यों डरता है तू यार? That was so
sick for that time, no? 2008.
Yes, 2008. That was the first. I guess that was my first ever introduction to hip hop dancing. Like, what is this guy doing?
He does all the
Starting and breaking and like I didn't know what it was called. So like I don't even know what to search on YouTube, because YouTube was also new for me back then. Okay, and like that's how I got into dancing, and slowly it began, okay, this is studying, this is breaking, and I really look up to him. So tell me something about him, like how is he like? Because I this is just podcast to wala hai. I just want to know, like
bro, like he's very unique, and I don't know how do I describe Kundu. His sarcasm is on point. You do not know when he's serious or when he's joking, and he has this. What I admire is his persistence and his consistency towards what he likes doing. And he always keeps at it. He likes traveling, he'll do that. He likes to meet and educate over there. He does that. Dances with few people, makes videos. He does the simplest of things and he creates a scene and he comes back. And I don't know.
But how?
I don't
Question is
know.
how?
I don't know.
Because I see him and I like, he is living the ultimate like dream lifestyle of any dancer.
Yes. He used to tell us, and up until 28, which is my age, he used to eat a lot of pizza and like pura time practice karne ke baad coke or ye sab very unhealthy. Then all of a sudden he made a switch. He went vegan and he started taking care of his health and things like that. He did yoga and stretching. He's like, what? He's 20 years older to me. He still gets happy jab unka stretch thoda khul jata hai and he'll talk about it. So I think it's about the little things. He really is about, he makes every day count. Small things. Boon boon se sagar banta hai. Value types. Yeah, I think that's him.
Apart from being the great dancer you are, freestyler you are, you also teach a lot, right? Like, and you have taught like you've traveled throughout the country teaching. So, how important do you think is the role of a teacher in someone's journey?
To find the right teacher is everything. I mean, if there's someone जो तुम्हें हर रोज बैठ के सिखाएगा, and you just have to think of, your role is to, हाँ ये मेरे को मेरे body में बिठाना, and someone is like telling you the ways.
Yeah.
Like a sensei, I think nothing like it. But I don't think everyone is lucky enough to get that. I feel like India में तो ज़्यादा तो self-taught dancers है. Because अब जाके we have a old generation.
Right.
Dancers. Like there are people like Anto, Swapnil Bhai, there are folks in Bangalore, Sridhar, and all these guys are like a generation above us. Not exactly a generation, but they're older to us. And तो अब जाके तो teachers है जो अभी बड़े हैं and सिखाएंगे. And what I learned is like you need teachers who have had an experience.
Right.
Like having young teachers, you'll get material and you'll drill and everything, but having a teacher who's very old, nothing like it, who have experienced the scene, who's been in the circle for a lot of times, who's seen the scene change. So yeah, having an experienced teacher is very important.
True that. And like more than the dancing itself, like I believe a mentorship is needed.
Yeah.
Because, because I found it very late in my life, and I've had very few teachers who have taught me.
Who's your teacher?
Like I haven't had a constant teacher, as in like self-taught, as you said. Okay. But like taken a few workshops, as you said, Anto, he is a great human being. Like the more than the dance, of course, he is a great dancer and I love his dancing and all. Taken a few workshops of his, and after the workshop, when we talk and when he, teaches something other than dance, the actual dance lifestyle, he talks about that, and to keep body healthy, what we should do and stuff like that. That is, I guess, the more necessary part than the dancing, because as a dancer we are already focusing on our movement, on our physical thing, that the dancing that we want to do, right? So how do you do you ever frame your classes in such a way that maybe if you're going for a workshop or an intensive somewhere, so do you do that ki I'll teach this stuff but also I want to tell them this or share this experience, or do you do that?
It's been a mix actually. Like right now I'm slowly figuring out my teaching also, because I'm at a stage where I feel like I need to learn a lot more before delivering. Like I can teach beginners, but I can't teach dancers who know how to move. Like I feel like I need more experience and more, like you said, like to provide a mentorship, because they're actually shaping your mindset also.
Right. Yes.
For that, yeah, I mean, what I am right now more focusing more than like answering your question. At times I do frame, maybe if I want to teach some concept, like let's say weight shift, I might make a phrase which has weight shift and make them drill that a lot so that it's in their body memory.
Right.
But mostly my classes are very music driven. Like jo playlist feel karta hai, I will groove, I'll make them groove. And it goes on like that. Mostly my classes are not planned, but sometimes they are, but it's very erratic. It depends on my mood.
Yeah, when's your next class happening? Why don't we promote it right away?
Okay, so tomorrow is my choreo class.
It's not going out today. It is not going out today. What are you doing? Anyway,
Yeah. Come for my classes.
Misbehaving Beautifully, CG Road. Did you ever plan to be an influencer? Like, because the term is influencer, right? Dance influencer is what you are. So how did that happen? Did you ever focus on, getting followers and stuff?
Bro, this 100K was the most randomest shit that's ever happened to me. And now, like, my team and everything is putting a pressure ki you have to post every day. And I'm like, I don't know now. I don't even feel like posting normal things of my life. Like, मैं बाली जाके आई और मैंने कुछ नहीं डाला है. I don't know now. I don't even feel like using a phone. Well, I didn't plan to be this. It started during COVID जब बहुत सारे battles होते थे, ठीक है? तो वो कैसा होता था? सुबह pre-selection,
Oh, okay, the online battles.
दोपहर को, yeah, when COVID was happening and everyone was at home, दोपहर को top 16, फिर शाम को top 8, थोड़ा रात को top 4, एकदम रात को finals. So मैं एक दिन में 5 वीडियोस ऐसे डालती थी, ठीक है? So that, I think a lot of people saw that. And then I was shooting a couple of videos with my crewmate Ari, and we had some concepts, and we both were stuck together for COVID. Mad time. We created so many things. Our love for hip hop and music, and just living with the music. Because up until then, it was like music, idea, choreo, nacho. It was all like music was dance. But right then, music was it was giving us different meanings. You know, we were chilling, we were listening to music without putting any pressure of creating anything during that COVID time. So yeah, we would create a lot of things, and वो ऐसा लोग notice कर रहे थे, and हम लोग ऐसा indie musicians, Bangalore musicians, local musicians के साथ collaborate करके बना रहे थे कुछ ना कुछ video, time pass. So I think that gave a push for sure, and then it was stagnant only up until 2 reel videos blew up. Yeah. But I mean, now I don't know if it's it's influencing if you're constantly doing something, no?
But but people are getting influenced by you, like by your dance and also by your Instagram, as in like people want, and like in this age, like I guess the number of followers is sort of a validation, for most.
It's definitely money.
And definitely money. We'll come to that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad, like, at times when I put a normal freestyle and I felt good about it, मैं डालती हूँ, and then there are comments where they're like, oh, this made my day, or something like, oh, this kind of movement feels so nice to see. I'm like, oh, nice. When people saw me in my natural flow without any planning or preparation, and like, yeah, they saw the real thing and they liked it. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I feel good about it. I feel it motivates me to be really dance very really. Yeah, dance very really.
No, but so you didn't actually focus on, getting followers or any views.
Absolutely not. You will, if you scroll my video, there'll be like 7K, 16K, boom, 3.2 million. Then wapas come. But I think we were just discussing, I think एक video देखा, then when they were scrolling, they were getting entertained by all the...
Of course, yes.
And that's why they follow. And I feel like ladies get more followers than...
Yeah, there is a lady thing on the internet. That is
there is
like,
a lady thing
like,
on there.
you have an advantage, like lady advantage. Like,
I mean, you're pretty looking, you have
Yes,
curls,
exactly.
and thoda sa ho gaya. But one great thing that happened is, more than like likes or followers or comments and everything, a lot of movie directors, guys, do not focus on followers, like, because whatever you're posting, even if it's a small edit of your imagination, or even if it's a small film piece or a dance piece, if you really want to do it, go ahead and post it, because a lot of creatives in the film industry are seeing it.
right.
And I think I got my first ad project from Instagram, which was with Chalk and Cheese Films. And that was through Instagram. They saw my Instagram and they messaged. And I get a lot of work through Instagram because of that, which is the only reason why I'm there.
And the best part is, like, it's not like I was saying, there is a like lady advantage, like, because you're pretty and everything.
Lady advantage.
But you will, but it will
No.
like, I don't know. I don't have a better term. I'm really sorry. Take it. But the only thing that will make this sustainable is your substance and your content. Like, whether you're actually good at it, if you do you even possess a skill or not, because getting followers won't get you anything, you know.
Yeah.
And that's great. And as you already mentioned at that, and I also had the question of brand collabs. So the first collab came through a DM, right?
Yeah.
What happened after that? Like,
After that, there is this crazy director, okay, Shashank Trivedi. He's from Good Morning Films. And he was following, and I noticed after their team DM'd for the Fanta ad, which was for IPL या World Cup के लिए हो रहा था. And that was crazy because I had to teach these guys, cricketers के wives, a choreo and be in the video also. And they were like, we're looking for one more dancer. And then I was like, Sehaj, chalo Delhi jaate hain. And me and Sehaj went, and we were like staying in these 5-star hotels and working with these cool ass people. And we were like, ye kaise hua? So there's a lot of work for dancers out there. It's just, this just happened. I don't even know if there's a formula, but they liked our dancing a lot, and they liked the way we were teaching on Zoom also.
great.
So that's how it.
So you never outbounded, like you never reached out to somebody.
No, it was never a plan.
It was always inbound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about the Instagram ad, the Reels ad?
Which one?
Like when Reels came in, I guess they approached you for a video. I guess.
Yeah, this is the first project that I'm talking
Oh,
about.
this was the project.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first project. Fun था यार, मजा आता है. And it's very intriguing because you be on these big sets and you're watching so many people man so many crazy equipments, and there's a very complex script, and there are like 100 people on set for a 15-second video. And video में it'll be like, हाँ ये हो जाएगा, but there are so many things that goes behind it. So my entire respect for the filmmaking industry just went. Yeah, so it's good to see different kinds of creatives also through all this.
Really. So and I was gonna ask that, but you said it already. Didn't you ever feel like ये तो अपन भी कर सकते हैं?
हमेशा, whenever, अभी भी if you see a video, I'm like, हाँ ये तो हो जाएगा.
हो जाएगा.
Once you do it, you're like, नहीं मुश्किल है. अभी भी होता है.
Alright, we've talked so much, and I just can't believe we haven't talked about MisB.
So
Let's talk something about MisB. How did this come into picture?
So, I think we were doing all these workshops, like as a crew, paranoid dance crew. We called our workshops Misbehaving Beautifully.
Wow.
And yeah, I am a huge fan of opposite sounding words. So back then, I was also like, मैं मेरा dance name cheerful mess रखूंगी. Then I was like, it's too much. It's too cheesy. So don't do it. Maybe Samu can take that name, no? You put Samu's picture here, okay, in the edit. Cheerful mess. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, we were like, let's call our workshops Misbehaving Beautifully. We were like, maybe it requires a different branding. And then we started collaborating with different artists. And then we were like, oh, this place needs an address. And then just before my college ended, we looked for this place. Nisarg tab work karta tha MisB ke साथ. So, I mean, then we found this space. हमने ये रोड पे बहुत ढूंढा जगह, and then we were like, कांच होना चाहिए, sunlight आना चाहिए, ballet bars होना चाहिए. Then we saw this and we were like, हाँ इसको हम ballet bar बना देंगे. अभी तक हमने ballet classes चालू नहीं किया है, but कोई नहीं, करेंगे तो ऐसे तो हम सोचते थे. So that's how the place came, and then the place started. Long story short, this thing has its life of its own.
Right.
Has a life of its own. It's growing and it's attracting so many beautiful creatives and individuals. And then from a dance class, I realized this is not a dance class. This is much more. And then I didn't feel like defining it because it was changing on its own. So we go with the flow. We just grow. We're letting it grow, letting every individual take a part in its growth, and we'll see how it's shaping. Right now, as of now, we're a non-profit organization, so under Section 8, and yeah, we're very excited to see how things turn out for us.
Great. And hopefully it will turn out to be really good, because you have helped a lot of creative people and artists. This is home to like a lot of artists, like actual home. You know, people come and like chill over here, no work, and like, okay, work, काम तो कर लेंगे, But otherwise also, like, it's a very homely feeling. Even the first time when I entered here, okay, the first time was I was a little nervous and all because I'm meeting you for the first time. Yeah, fanboy moment. And then I was like, okay, this could lead to something. Maybe I can start working here and stuff. Okay, I was a little nervous. But then after that, like, every person here made me feel so comfortable. It's like, ऐसा लगता है कि मैं तो यहीं तो हूँ, मतलब यहीं से हूँ. Like, I've been here for all my life. It feels so great. Um, let's talk about MisB ka Jalwa. So during Saya's podcast, we came to know how it was created and stuff. From you, I want to know how you look at MisB ka Jalwa and how do you want people to look at it? Like, what do you want its perception to be?
It has to be a celebration of movement, like different kinds of movement and movers coming together to create their vision, a stage where all these creatives can put their vision, with people. And I think MisB ka Jalwa is a lot about togetherness, where everyone comes, practice. And मुझे ऐसा लगता है MisB का जलवा स्टेज से ज़्यादा जो पहले होता है वो है MisB का जलवा. Stage तो show ठीक है, it's a platform where everybody can show. But the whole bonding and the whole understanding of dance hai, making a piece together hai, even a amateur gets to understand and learn a lot of things while being in a process of a show.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, initially MisB ka Jalwa was our attempt to do a commercial show where everyone gets to. There's an incentive. What's happening to me? Where there's an incentive for dancers to showcase whatever they've learned, and also our public, Ahmedabad ka public, can see what we are doing. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely to show the spirit of the studio on a larger scale.
Crazy. And I believe, like, what are your thoughts about, like, should there be more, like, shows or events regarding dance and like, is it happening enough or is it happening less? Should there be more? What is it?
Like, Ahmedabad has become very active. Like, pehle to I think we did not know anybody who was actively doing anything in music or dance. Like, when we had the thought ki nahi, this is not just a dance studio, we need to make music and movement and lifestyle here. That's when we started doing events, which was like, I think 2 years ago or a year ago. So tab nahi tha, but abhi right now there are so many folks who are actually calling in music scene to bahut hai yahan pe. There are a lot of music gigs that happen. Dance not as much, not events. So I think that's where we want to step in and do more. But to be honest, like, dance events to bahut sare hone chahiye, but more freestyle oriented.
Right.
Where people, and more than dance events, ऐसे jams और ऐसे events होने चाहिए जिसमें लोग chill भी कर रहे हैं, जो नॉन डांसर्स है उनके लिए भी कुछ है करने को, but the whole vibe is dictated by the performers. So if you want to see the performers or them battle, you go and see the battle. But there are also avenues where you can chill and, have fun and listen to music. So I think that's where the whole lifestyle thing shapes up. Right now अभी battles कैसा होता है, कोई studio, dance studio में होता है, अंदर होता है music. It's just battle खत्म करके निकल जाओ. It's not, it doesn't, then you're not having fun. There's an end goal कि हाँ जीतना है, battle कर लिया, चले गए. But when it is more elaborate, where you focus more on having a good DJ, good music, good MC, good venue, okay, that's when people will enjoy, and something to drink for the people जो हमें यहाँ नहीं मिलता. That's why we have Disco Chai Party, which is happening on 29th April this month.
April?
July. Ganesh.
I'm gonna cut nothing. I'm telling you. I'm gonna keep everything. Let people also see us like this. And I've noticed one thing, like while curating an event or even during its inception part, you come up with like different things, like to do more than the dancing part and everything. So how do you go, how did that happen? Like, you have that mindset, oh no, people need to chill, people need something, a space to just be, if someone doesn't like to dance and stuff like that. That does not happen. This conversation does not happen because I have collaborated with a few people who have, done some events and stuff like that, and even I have tried to do some events at my hometown, but these things don't come to the mind in the first place. So how could someone like learn about this, educate themselves about these things?
I think traveling and experiencing something similar is what helped me, because I think I was at some event and everything happened parallelly actually, because जब हम यहाँ events करते थे, we wanted viewers to come and see the dancers so that they know a scene exists here and I'm the
Right.
But when it's just dance, how long will they see a dancer battling? If they're not into it, उनको उतना समझ नहीं आएगा. And also तुम studio में करते हो, there's no proper stage. If everything is not visible, their interest cuts small, cuts short. So when I saw like some of the audience, उनको सिर्फ dance देखने में इतना मजा नहीं आता, but they like the music. But I can see like they're confused. They like it here, but they do not know what to do. That was happening. There was that input of information. Then I went to some event and I was not dancing, but I was enjoying being there. But I was chilling and like just sitting around, which means there was a place to chill. I could see the dance, and तब मेरे को ऐसा हुआ, हाँ, this is where the scene comes together. A scene is not just just a bunch of dancers, a dance scene. It's about people who appreciate that music, people who want to see the dancers. It's everything together, in my opinion. So that's when I was like, maybe we need to create more avenues where people can enjoy this better. And I think with every event we have learned, and we have learned how space is so important. You
Right.
create vibe, space, music, जो लोग involved है, सब variables है इसमें. And if you get the best of everything, that's when you can create something nice. And best doesn't mean you go all out and spend a lot of money. It's very thoughtful things. There's air enough to breathe. It looks nice. It feels nice. People feel like dancers को मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं नाचने में. So event करवाने के लिए नहीं करवाना चाहिए.
Crazy. You should do a workshop on this,
कैसे event कराना है? We're also learning, to be honest. Like every time I travel, every time we travel as a team, we are like, my goodness, how did they do this? Most of the time the answer is money. Everybody has budget. But we try to do whatever is best with whatever resources we have in the city.
Right.
But I think right now at this point, we need to spend some money to create something bigger.
Absolutely. Yep. And I have so many questions. I've jotted down so many things to talk to you about, but this will then go on for a couple of days. So we do not want that. We'll have you over for another episode for sure. Let's cut this episode short right here. But before we go, I have just a couple more questions. First is like, do you have a favorite dancer right now and stuff? And why is it me?
What? Smooth. He's a smooth operator.
On a serious note, is there someone you would like to give a shout out to?
So many people. My favorite dancer of the day is Supreme. He's a b-boy. Top rocks are amazing. Today I've been in a very top rock vibe, but my favorite dancer changes. So I think people who I've admired a long time, definitely, other than my crewmates. Dopey, I really enjoy watching him. Invoker Bhai, Sambo, all these guys are always my favorites. But I have many favorite dancers. I can't answer that
Absolutely. So give a shout out to someone like Sambo, Dopey. They are all pretty known. So is there somebody underrated who you would like to shout out?
Mudzi is underrated.
Yes.
Mudzi is my favorite dancer. I love Mudzi. Sahaj. They're so crazy. And they're all so crazy. Like, I mean, with how I have seen many dancers, I've traveled and all of that, but these guys are very different and unique. And yeah, my crewmates are awesome.
Absolutely. No.
I'm paranoid. Allah. Have you seen him move? Ashu is my favorite dancer.
You said this to every single name that you took.
Shah can't answer.
Yeah, this will go on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, shout out to everybody. And thank you for inspiring us. And yeah, just keep dancing. And that is the end. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for
Thank you for having me. It was fun yapping about things. Yabba.
Yeah, so before we go, I would ask you to ask these people to subscribe to the channel and like it, but in Malayali.
നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, ഈ ബട്ടൺ ഇവിടെ പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുക, ബെൽ ഐക്കൺ ഇവിടെ പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുക. ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് ജറൂറിയാണ്. And also, guys, purchase our merch. We have these new merch. Artist zaruri hai, art zaruri hai. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, these are designed by our teammates, and you should definitely support artists like us and get our merch.
Absolutely. And if you want to buy that, the link is in the description. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Good fun, Taya.
बहुत ज़्यादा